So it's currently 10:09 p.m. of April 6th, and today I'm upset. Originally I had two other topics I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about how today I got Shiny Latias and Brilliant Diamond using the Blink method, and then I was going to talk about someone I haven't seen since high school making a cameo in my life, but then something else happened that's been happening throughout the span of a couple weeks, and it's left me pretty upset, so I want to talk about it. I want to tell you guys the story. So we got this one. We're now starting chapter 3 with the red tinted levels. This one took a long time to spawn. This one took me like nearly 3 hours. What really sucked is I got this one like 3 different times, which I bet you next time when I'm trying to get this one, it simply won't appear. So let's just do this. Let's just get started. The green outfit's on, right? Yep. Okay, let's do this. Ah, man, it's another Divine Beast portion. Alright, let's do the full mission. Maybe if there's time, I'll mention the story about the person who I randomly saw today. If not, maybe I'll talk about it next time, if I remember to talk about it.
Divine Beast pilots. Seek out the knight who could wield the sword that seals the darkness. This would require that they vanquish the monsters in Korok Forest, where the legendary blades slept.
Excuse me.
All 4 of the pilots were to take part. Zelda, seeking data to help calibrate the Divine Beasts, accompanied them. As did Link, for he always stayed by the princess's side.
You know, this one was what I was curious about. This is going to be awkward, because Link already has the Master Sword, based on what we're doing. So Link is just going to replace the sword with the exact same thing. I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. Oh, that's right, we got a little cutscene before the cutscene that was inside Korok Forest. Or the Lost Woods, I mean.
Hyrule's king chose us to perform this pivotal task. It will be my honor to excel, as always. Then there's you. The one part that doesn't add up.
He's just looking for conflict.
Why should this nobody be trusted to lead us in the coming battle?
It doesn't matter who's the leader. We're all in this together, right?
You are, of course, mistaken. My divine beast is the key. Really now, it makes no sense. Well, my one comfort is that your reputation will be completely ruined once you fail. The Fallen Knight.
Revali, how long do you expect us to put up with your prattle, huh?
I've said enough. The time has come to show you what I'm made of. Now witness Va Meadow's divine power.
Was the Divine Beast portion first? Now I don't even remember. Was it? Oh my god, it was. Okay, so what's been happening the past little while? Wait. Okay, this is the button. I was hitting Y to attack. But no, that's to change the camera. Alright, so recently, my sister, she bought a brand new iPhone. She hasn't bought a new iPhone in a long time. I think she bought the 13, and I think she's been using the maybe the 6. Maybe the 8, I don't even know anymore. She's been using the phone that was the last one that you were able to actually push in the home button. Well, anyways, so the thing with her and me, well, I used to be like this, not anymore now that I got my newer iPhone, is that we typically don't like updating our iOS. That sounds weird, but hear us out. for me, it's that I don't really like the change. I don't like changing things that I'm already used to. And you know, I think it was iOS 6 to iOS 7 seemed like a pretty big jump. So I technically still have an iPod that's iOS 6. But we typically don't like updating iOS because, you know, there's so many differences that we don't like. Because we're so used to what we already know. But, you know, I now began to update my phone whenever I feel like it. But my sister, she's really insistent on her old phone remaining the same iOS. But with her new phone, what she wants is she wants to back up or, you know, transfer all the data on her current phone into her new one. So how do you do that? By backing it up into iTunes and then, you know, transferring all that info onto the new phone. And I think ooh, okay, down you go, Lionel, down you go, down. Come on, there you go. I'll just use this because it's fully charged up. Nice. How you like my bird's blue shower? Whoops. I hit the wrong button by mistake. At least we're not timed for this. Anyways, so what you have to do is you wanna back up everything onto iTunes, and then you just plug in the new phone to the computer, and then you just, you know, transfer the data. In my sister's case, I don't think she's ever done that herself, so she doesn't know how to do it. She doesn't know how to open iTunes, back it up, and then put it into the new phone herself. So she asked for help. And she has a lot of shit on her phone. So it took like an entire day, like maybe more than 12 hours, to completely back up her entire old phone. I can't hit that one target. So after we got the whole backing up thing done, the next part was to you know, plug in the new phone into the computer with the iTunes and just start transferring over the data. But here was the problem. First of all, she wanted me to do that part. It was super simple. You simply just plug in the phone and then just click on the option that was transfer data. Like, she wanted me to do that when she could have easily done that. Look, I get it. Like, sometimes when you're unsure of things, you want to have your hand held while doing it. I get it. Like, there's times when I want that for me too, like, depending on the subject. If I'm not comfortable with doing something, I'd rather have someone beside me to make sure I do it correctly. I get it. So yeah, she wanted me to basically just hit the button or click the mouse over the option that was just transfer the data. It's like, okay, fine. So then the computer said, you know, estimated remaining time. And then later on, for whatever reason, the computer said cannot finish. I think that's what it said. Cannot finish due to corrupted data. So my sister asked me, like, what do we do here? And I don't know. I've never run into this problem before. I don't know what happens when there's corrupted data that can't be transferred. So I don't know. I don't even care if she hears all this. Like, the moment I'm playing this, I'm just saying this all out loud in an empty room, so maybe my family will hear this. I don't care anymore. I'm so mad. Like, this situation has pissed me off so much. More than they know. I think there's a cutscene after this. Just waiting for it to load. There we go. Yep, there's this one.
This is quite the fog.
Are we even making progress? We could just be going in circles.
Good point. If only someone could fly above and scout the way.
As though I could see anything through this muck. Honestly, do you ever think before you speak?
Getting lost is the least of our worries. If something attacked us, we wouldn't see it coming.
Yes, we must be prepared for even the most unusual. Ooh. Huh?
You know, I'm wondering, are Korax able to choose who sees them? Because Zelda was able to see Hestu,
And who?
but everyone else wasn't. But now they can.
Oh, me?
You think Hestu chose to let them see him? I think I mentioned this before, but I at first thought his name was Hetsu. I thought the S and T swapped places, even though that made no sense. It's not the first time I've done that.
Love to get home myself.
I thought Cosmoem was Cosmium for whatever reason.
Scary, mean monsters in the woods, and I can't get past them.
You could probably sneak right by if you didn't have those noisy maracas.
Oh, never mind him. We have business in the forest. If you lead the way, we can handle the monsters for you.
Yay! In that case, follow!
Okay, so what happened after the corrupted data part? Well, I didn't know how to help. I never ran into that problem before. Wait, I need to go a little closer. So, my sister called me useless because I couldn't help. And then what happened earlier today was, okay, she didn't want to ask someone else for help. She just wanted me to get it done with. But I didn't know this problem. I never seen this problem before. So I didn't know what to do. So earlier today, she asked someone else for help, and he got it done. Within one day, he got it done. So once again, my sister was like, yeah, I got someone else to do it for me because you're useless. How badly I wanted to say, like, then why don't you do it yourself? You need my help. Where do I need to go? Head for Korok 4, so I just need to make my way here, right? I kinda need to just clear the path for Hestu, right? Right, yeah, that's it. I don't really remember this level. I think it's because the map layout's deceiving. I remember this place being bigger, which I know it'll later on become that. So my mom was asking me, you know, that the guy we asked to do this, he knows how to do it. Why don't you know how to do this? And then, you know, after leaving work, she asked me in a non-angry way. She, like, the wording she used makes it sound like she was mad at me, but that wasn't the case. She was like, tell me why you didn't know how to do this. Like, what was the issue? And I didn't know how to tell her. I don't know how to say corrupted data in Chinese. I have no clue how to say that. So I told her. I told my mom, I don't know how to tell you. I know what the problem is. I don't know how to solve it. I don't know how to tell you what the problem is. Because I literally don't know what corrupted data is in Chinese. I don't know how to freaking say that. And my mom, she doesn't really know English that well. She knows, well, basics to at least speak sentences. So she asked me a second time, and I'm just like, okay, if you insist, I'll just tell you the problem. It was corrupted data. And she was like, okay, what is that? I don't know. I don't know how to tell you what that is. You asked and I answered. That's what it is. I don't know how to tell you it in Chinese. I don't freaking know how to say it. You know, so on our way home, what my mom was basically telling me was, wait, is there a boss? Yeah, there was. There's a Stalnox here. How do you think that eyeball stays in there? Like something has to be grabbing onto it. I couldn't do a flurry rush. So on our way home, my mom was telling me, like, you need to know this. You're a boy. You need to know more things. You know, one day when you have a family and stuff, you need to know more. Or some. And then she was like, one day if you find a girlfriend and she gets a new phone and you don't know how to help her with this same thing, you know, how's that gonna look? And I absolutely hate that reasoning. I hate that excuse that my family always uses. Because every single person in my family tells me this all the time. The fact that I'm a boy, you know, I'm male, I need to know more. That's it. That's the entire reasoning. Now, yes, I understand knowing more in general is a good thing. Knowing more is always a good thing. But that the only reason should not be because I'm a boy. Got it. I hate that reason. Every time someone in my family doesn't know anything, and I don't know how to help them because I don't know it either, I always get hit with the excuse, like the reasoning, like, you need to know more things because you're a boy. That's it. Period. You're a boy. You need to know more. You need to know more. End of story. That's it. You know, we were walking home, and my sister was beside us. She didn't know the exact same things I didn't know. Yet my mom only told me, because I'm a boy. What, she doesn't need to know this stuff because she's a girl? Only I need to because I'm a boy? I hate that excuse. I absolutely hate that. Like, I don't know. I don't have many people I can actually talk to about this and they can actually relate to, because I think I only have one other friend who actually has a sister. All of my other friends are either single child or they have brothers. And I don't know. Like, I don't know if he gets hit with the same thing too. Like, he's told the exact same thing. Like, you need to know more in life because you're a boy. I guess it's also, like, there's also the reason, well, not reason, but there's also the factor that my family is old school. Like, they come from the time period or time era where, you know, men must be dominant. But times have changed. You know, I believe it was my grandpa who literally told my sister, you don't have to do much in life, you could just marry into someone with money. And if I'll be honest, I think that message kind of went to her head a bit. A little bit. Oh, great. I'm directly underneath it, so I can't even throw my bombs. Or my bombs won't hit. Well, I can't exactly do much here because, well, the gate's closed. So I need to go to someone else. Let me take a look at this map first. I can't go here, but I can go around. The long way. I don't know, can anyone else actually relate to that? Being told you should know more in life simply because you're a boy? That's the only reason? You know, I was paying attention too. Like I said earlier, how when we were walking home from work, like walking to the car in the parking lot. My mom was with me and my sister. My mom only told me that I should learn how to do this. You know, not the person with the actual new phone, but the person who was supposed to help with making that new phone work. Not the person who was going to use it, no, the person who was going to make it work. And you know, it's kind of like that joke online that I see sometimes. Where, you know, parents, when they don't know how to do something, they ask the kid. And then when the kid doesn't know, they get mad at the kid for not knowing. So the joke is kind of like, well, you didn't know. Why are you mad at me for not knowing? Anyways, where did that just clear up? I think that just cleared up here. So if... Oh, there was another path I could have gone. You would think I would know this since I just did this level, doing, like, collecting all the Koroks. Well, luckily that gave time for the other characters to get to their hollows to fight. Okay, I already went to Impa. Ah, Sai Nijima. I mean Urbosa. Nice. Was I even locked on there? I think I was. Yeah, there was the arrow, so I was. I was about to be like, where's the last hollow? It's not showing up. I don't really play as Hestu. I don't know how to use this character. I only made one video on this guy. That was 5 minutes long. I only used this character for that one level, and that's it. That did hardly anything. Well, something's better than nothing. Ah, now you choose to do that. Ooh, Flurry Rush, I'll take it. But yeah, like, the thing about the parents getting mad at the kid for not knowing the same thing they didn't know, well, that kind of happened with my sister. She didn't know how to do this thing. I did all I could, and when a problem happened that I never saw, that I didn't know how to handle, I just got straight up told to my face, "You're useless." Like, thanks a lot, sister. Thanks. I did my best to help, didn't I? Thanks. And you know, earlier today, the day I'm playing this, when, you know, my family asked someone else to help, and they got it done right away, my sister called me useless again. It's like, yeah, that hurts. That hurts a bit. You know, I know I'm useless. You know, I also know I'm fat. I know I'm fat. I know I'm short. I know I'm stupid. But, you know, it still hurts to hear. Someone calls you that still hurts. Oh boy, this is the cutscene I've been waiting for. What's gonna happen here? Does Link have the Master Sword? No, his shield's different. Okay, for plot convenience, they change it up. Is his shield different? Yeah, it is. That's not the Hylian shield. And that's not the Master Sword. But that is a green outfit. Alright, that's interesting. They at least thought about what would happen if you choose to use the Master Sword and Hylian Shield here. Because I was a little curious. Would they actually show Link using the Master Sword, it being broken, and then Link turning around to see another Master Sword and taking it? I was curious if that would be the case. That would have been hilarious. Okay, once Link draws the sword, I still have the same question as I did when I first played this.
What?
I wonder if Link here knew this was the Master Sword. Or did he just see a weapon that he could use and he's like, I'll take it, because there's literally a sword right here. Like, were they in a tight spot? His sword just broke? Oh, there's a brand new one right behind me. Let me use that. Alright. Where'd that shield come from? That's still my question from when I first played this level. Where'd that Hylian shield come from? His sword broke, okay, and he got the Master Sword. He dropped the other shield. Where'd this one come from? Wow, they both kneel down. Kneel before me. I think we fight Aster and that's it. Right? That was the end of the level. Prophet of Doom. I spat so much just now. A giant ball just spat out. Alright, let's see how tough this boss is. I've never been particularly good at this boss fight. And you know what? It's not like they're wrong, but I keep saying this. They're not wrong about knowing more, learning more is a good thing. Like, it's always good to learn more and just, in general, know more in life. But when the only reason you give to do that is because you're a boy, like, it just makes me not want to do it just because of that reasoning. Like, if you told me, you know, it'll be better for your future, or, you know, because this world kind of sucks, knowing more would be better, yeah, that would make me kind of, I don't want to say learn more, but it would at least encourage me more than at least just hearing, you're a boy, you need to know more, and them just not telling my sister that. Gee, I wonder what reason why they don't tell my sister that. No, don't surf! Can I not attack you? No, I can't. Oh, because there's one more. Man, you guys already know I'm pretty stupid as is. I don't really know much in life. So maybe that's why they're telling me this. Like, telling me especially, because they already know I'm a bumbling idiot. And you know, the part what my mom said isn't exactly false as well. Like, one day if I find a girlfriend and exactly this situation happens, or something else I simply just don't know, like, what happens then? Like, this is just me, but because I'm so stupid, because I barely know anything in life, well, that's what I need. I need someone who knows stuff, who's actually smart. Because let's be honest, I'll probably get myself killed with how little intelligence I got. You know, it's to be honest, that's come close. Honestly, there could have been times where that was the case. But I'm thinking, like, you know, would women out there really be interested in dating a guy who is pretty stupid? In my opinion, not really. Though that's just me. That's just how I think. I don't think many women out there are willing to date a guy who's an absolute buffoon. I mean, that typically only happens in the cartoons, in the shows. A couple of examples I can think of, you know, Philip Fry, Richard Watterson. Who else is an idiot with a really smart woman in their life? Peter Griffin, obviously. But yeah, that typically only happens in the shows. Does that happen in real life? Yes, it can. Is it that common? I don't think so. Will it ever happen to me? Probably not. Though that's just my opinion. That I don't think women are really interested in dating stupid guys. I wonder if people out there are gonna comment, like, if you're trying to back up your phone and it says corrupted data, that's super simple. All you had to do was this. Look, I'm not a tech whiz, okay? I don't know these things. And you know what? Here's the sad part, though. Like, whether this is true or not, whether this, you know, yeah, whether this is true or not, what I've learned throughout my 20 years, over 20 years on this planet, what I've essentially learned is you're basically punished for not knowing things. It's not even just being stupid. It's just you were wrong when you simply don't know things. Like, you know, you don't understand material in school. Well, you fail. Too bad. When your parents ask you to help them with something and you don't know it, well, you're in trouble now because you are not helpful. I got friends who do this to me all the time. I simply don't know something and then they're like, "You fucking idiot. That's super obvious. How do you not know this?" Maybe that's just my own life experience. But yeah, from what I've learned in life, you're punished for not knowing things, for being an idiot. Oh, that's the cruel reality we live in, or at least I live in. I'm sure there's people out there who, you know, when they're struggling and they don't know something, they just simply don't know something. Like, what's the street name? Oh, I don't know. They're like, "No problem. Let me tell you." For me, it's like, nah, I get met with, "You're an idiot for not knowing this super obvious answer." And if that's not the case, then what else I get met with is, "You should learn this because you're a boy. You need to know more because boys need to know more." God, I hate that. I really hate that excuse, that reasoning for why I should learn more. Anyways, well, that'll be it next time. Next time we got this one to do. What was this one again? Once again, I just did this level and I don't remember it at all. I think I slightly remember it, maybe. At least chapters 3 is short. Chapter 4 though, not that bad, just one more honestly. Oops, not EX, but yeah, honestly it was just chapter 2 that was extra long. With 5. But let me see, how many more do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh my god, 12 more of these to do. Alright, so if I remember, I'll tell the story about the cameo in my life next time. And if I forget to, or something else happens in the meantime, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about the new topic and not talk about that story. Alrighty, see you next time. Bye now.